elected. And I really feel, Mr. Speaker, the people of South Imenti, they are not so miserable, Mr. Speaker, that we get the unga being thrown to the people like dogs. That's why, Mr. Speaker, I feel one Honorable Kawira Mwangaza violated the human rights, Mr. Speaker, by allowing people to really, probably a stampede would have been caused, Mr. Speaker. That's why I feel, Mr. Speaker, one Honorable Kawira Mwangaza really violated the human rights and made people to feel so miserable by throwing the unga that was being thrown to them. That's why I really support that, Mr. Speaker. Time has come to redeem the people of Meru by having Kawira Mwangaza being impeached. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Gacheri. Yes, Honorable Mutungi.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, sir, for the purpose of record, I'm Mutungi, representing the greater people of Amadi Ward, and I stand here to support the impeachment of Excellency Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, because he is not qualified for the task. Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, she is a comedian, she is a liar, she is immoral, because I can't expect her own governor to let her husband in front of Meru people instead of lecturing or telling people how much it will move Meru forward by either introducing some new techniques, either an addition of bursaries, but instead she lets us to ask how the reason as to why she loved the husband by the long beard. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to support the impeachment of Her Excellency Honorable Kawira Mwangaza.
Thank you, Honorable Mutungi.
We had the late Professor George Saitoti, who said that there comes a time, Mr. Speaker, when the nation is much more important than an individual. And I dare say this afternoon, Mr. Speaker, that there comes a time when this county of Meru is more important than an individual, Mr. Speaker. Why am I saying this, Mr. Speaker? Everybody across this country is cracking their hands because of what is happening in Meru. It's a shame. And the problem is one person, Mr. Speaker. And that person is none other than the governor of Meru County. Therefore, if the governor of Meru County is the problem, then there comes a time when this county is more important than that governor, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, there is a lot of shame Meru is undergoing as a result of how the governor conducts herself. We've seen, Mr. Speaker, even in Articles 10 of the Constitution and also Article 73 talks of Article 73 talks of bringing honor to that office itself, and also bringing honor to the county you're representing and the people you're representing, Mr. Speaker. And instead of the governor of Meru bringing honor to the office and to the people of Meru, it is a shame, Mr. Speaker, the governor has brought to the people of Meru. That is why, Mr. Speaker, I'm saying that Meru has to regain its former glory. Meru has to regain its former, standing in the league of other counties, Mr. Speaker. And I was talking about abuse of office, Mr. Speaker. Yes.
Condense your contribution in 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll do that. Now, Mr. Speaker, I'm talking about abuse of office, and I'm saying those who abuse office are dictators, Mr. Speaker. And history is replete with the examples of dictators who have abused office. And one of the characteristics of dictators who abuse his office is by appointing your spouses, appointing your family members and relatives into office, public offices, Mr. Speaker. We have seen examples of even African dictators like the one from Uganda has the wife holding public offices, Mr. Speaker. We've heard even other dictators, the late Mugabe, who and a wife to the state offices, Mr. Speaker. And therefore here in Meru, we also have a dictator who has, Mr. Speaker, decided to award a public office, and then she's duping all and sundry, all Merus and Kenyans, that this husband doesn't have allowances and salaries, Mr. Speaker. But you see, I want to tell Merus, please don't be duped. Don't be so gullible to believe that because now the husband and the wife, the husband doesn't receive any salary, Mr. Speaker, that is not an abuse of office. Remember, Mr. Speaker, this husband uses public resources to access that office. He uses public vehicles. He uses public staff, Mr. Speaker, to serve the office that is purported not to have any salary, not to have any allowances, Mr. Speaker. That is an abuse of office, Mr. Speaker. Number two, Mr. Speaker, that particular husband, Mr. Speaker, has a lot of influence. Remember, Meru, the service, has a budget of 100 million, Mr. Speaker. That 100 million, Mr. Speaker, will be overseen by that one patron who has been illegally put in office by the wife. So, Mr. Speaker, I submit that I support the removal of the governor from office for the abuse of office. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Mwendie. Honorable Miriti Kangwana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For purpose of record, I'm Duncan Kangwana Miriti, representing the great people of Maua. I rise to support the motion to impeach the one Kawira Mwangasa. Mr. Speaker, if Kawira, under her own constitution, that she is using, then I will defend her today. But as long as we have the constitution that was passed by Kenyans the year 2010, and overwhelmingly voted for it on 4th of August and promulgated it on 27th of August, then Kawira has to go, because she cannot be redeemable according to the constitution, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the behavior of our governor has led me to do some research. And when I was trying to compare her with other dictators, trying to compare with Amin Danda of Uganda, but I found Amin Danda loved the opposite gender. But Kawira, she is contrary. She loves no one, she hates everybody, crushing everybody, Mr. Speaker. I tried to compare with Saddam Hussein, but I found Saddam Hussein was working with other leaders. Kawira is working with Nambonde, Mr. Speaker, sir. I compared to compare with Osama bin Laden, the greatest terrorist, but I find Osama bin Laden was fighting the religion war, but Kawira is fighting her own people. Kawira is redeemable, and Kawira has to go. Mr. Speaker, I'm very fearful now, because I don't know what will happen to our ladies who are caught after that men. Men will run away from them unless they are purified, because Kawira is a bad omen to Marian, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, Kawira has set a bad example to Marian, and Marian have lost their glory, and for us to recover and proclaim our glory, Kawira must go. Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Mereti, I wish you withdraw that one, Kawira Zambano. You know, my last born daughter is called Kawira.
Mr. Speaker, you have to call
and I will be in problems when I'm going in the evening. Please proceed, Honorable Mereti.
Mr. Speaker, I withdraw that some spiritual measures must have taken, because so that our men or people may know that the name Kawira is not that banned, because there are some daughters who have been named before that name, that purification must be done so that many people may understand, because Kawira is now turned as an insult to Mariam. And as many people are saying that Kawira is a queen, a drama queen, and don't concur with them, because dramas are meant to make people happy. But Wa is contrary. She is making people wail and cry, and even people are not comfortable with our government. So because I don't want to take much time, today I want to say that the people of Maua have allowed me to vote my vote that Kawira has to go.
Thank you, Honorable Mereti, and also thank you for withdrawing that the Kawira name is abandonment. Honorable Kananu.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for catching my eye. My name is Rudu Kananu, special elected by Mbas Party. Mr. Speaker, with a lot of humility, kindly allow me to appreciate our legend, none other than Honorable Dennis Kiogora, for moving this amazing motion to protect the Meru people from the dictatorship leadership. Mr. Speaker, today is a very sunny day. As one of us sent, Honorable Gasheri, many people might think we are impeaching Kawira because she's a woman, but it's better to call a spade and not a big spoon to protect our future generation. Mr. Speaker, sir, for the viewers, impeaching Kawira today, it goes without saying. One, we have seen Governor Kawira is a liar. She has been trespassing to this county, lying to the people that she is the only worthy leader who can safeguard the resources of Meru County, especially the 12 billion that really comes in this county. Other leaders are cartels, they are thieves, and they are corrupt. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have seen Governor Kawera saying in Lare that accusing our Senator Kaduri, our CEC Agriculture, Honorable Medika Lentore, saying that they wanted the share to take the half of our government. That is very serious, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have heard from the mover that Governor Kawera was accusing the MCA, saying that they were throwing stones to her, and when we look at the clip, it was opposite, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Governor Kawera is a governor who cannot move out of our way to look for some partners to help this county. And with a lot of your respect, kindly allow me to appreciate Governor Kiraitu in absentia. We have seen Governor Kiraitu championing Mountain Run Marathon to build cancer center to help our cancer patients. We have seen Governor Kiraitu going all the way to Southern Korea to look for the partners to empower our farmers. They built hatcheries for our farmers. To make matters worse, Mr. Speaker, they sponsored our farmers fully to go to the Southern Korea to do benchmarking. One of us can attest to that. She went there as a farmer, but not an MCA. Governor Kawera cannot take this county to the next level, Mr. Speaker, according to our capability. And I want to say this without any fear. Governor Kawera cannot bring any honor to this county or even nation, Mr. Speaker. Kawera cannot demonstrate respect to the people as per the Article 73 of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Kanan, please can you conclude your remarks?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. To sum up, I want to say for the Meru County to reclaim its glory, Kawera must go. For the Meru County to stay clean of guitar, shame, and embarrassment, Kawera must go. For Meru men to reclaim their behind dignity, Kawera must go. Allow me, Honorable Speaker, to hand all the leaders who are in this house today for the future generation. Let us carry ourselves in a pleasing behavior to protect our future generation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. We not take drastic measures. I tell you, will be a land of lawlessness.
Honorable Murangiri. conclude your remarks.
I want to say this, that in the interests and in the best interests of the people of Meru, today, in this honorable house, that we must remedy the problem that you are having, and this problem will not be
Talks against the teacher. Honorable Muna, please take the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And for the records, Nicholas Kenywa Muna Josephat, representing the people of Nyakist, and may it be known expressly that from the onset, I'm supporting this motion. But before I table my comprehensive contribution, Mr. Speaker, I would like to take you back to the 18th century, in a time where there was a great period referred to as the period of enlightenment by historians. Others prefer to call it the age of reason. It was a period in which continental Europe, people chose to deviate from customs and traditions that bound them, and they experiment on ideas. They chose to think, they chose to reason. And as a result, that society was greatly emancipated. Emancipated from mediocrity. It was a period that gave modernity a room. It is a period that gave us science greats like Sir Isaac Newton, he of the laws of motion in physics, as well as René Descartes, he of the Cartesian plane in mathematics, as well as Charles Baron, who is the father of the doctrine of separation of powers. It is a period that we can't ignore because today, as an assembly, we have been called upon to think and to reason on behalf of the people who sent us here. We are here to give us to give them a direction on what is ailing our great county. And Mr. Speaker, what is happening in our county today is a more of the quinquennial event that we call a general election. People vote sometimes to choose the best, but at times they choose the worst. But the framers of the Constitution
that we have today were very wise because they gave us a leeway of correcting the mess whenever it was. And this is what this Honorable Assembly is bound to do and will ultimately do. Mr. Speaker, one resident of this county, Mwalimu Morris Gitien Akwalo, has continually described this county as Miss Kenya of Kenyan counties. In the news, even for the flimsy reasons of a musical instrument that is being misused at the expense of elected leaders in this assembly, in the National Assembly, in the Senate, who are supposed to be giving directions on where we are heading as a county. We have a county supremo, a CEO, who chooses disunity over unity, who chooses disharmony over harmony, who chooses disrespect over respect. And Mr. Speaker, unless something is done, and this Honorable House will do it, we are on the wrong path as a county. Mr. Speaker, finally, this county is mentioned in tandem with heroes. It is the home of Musa Mwariama. It is the home of Baimungin Tomarete. It is the home of Taiwan Kuraru and other liberation heroes who chose to lay their life so that we get what we have today. But this is not mentioned. It is the quarrels that come with the flimsy ones like Kaende, Kabati, some slogans that should not come out of a person in the capacity of a governor of this county. As I conclude, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge this Honorable House to do the needful, and that is to impeach the governor of this county, Honorable Kawira Mwangaza. Without much ado, I do support.
Thank you, Honorable Just Patimuna. I can see the majority is hands up, and the members is a member in the assembly, and when his hand is up, we cannot say no reason to him. I'll take the floor, the majority.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I appreciate that you for sure appreciate I'm the most senior person, body in body. And ranking this Honorable Assembly. Thank you. Remember,
served as a majority.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
So I know the powers that are bestowed upon the leader majority.
I appreciate, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I appreciate that we are debating a very crucial motion that is before the Honorable House. And Honorable Speaker, I have not license to give my contribution to the motion, which I expect me to do after resumption of this debate. But Honorable Speaker, Earlier on, I requested that to extend in time from 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. And Honorable Speaker, from my watch here, I